Hey, welcome to the program. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. together with Keith Hittner Jr. and the money man, Kelvin Kaemingk, and we're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studios here in the Twin Cities. Remember, barbecue is a favorite fall party food because it's so darn affordable, number one. Talk about your comfort food, tender smoked meats, great sides, and it's so easy. Just go to RackShackBarbecue.com. What are you doing about that? Making fun of me.
I'm not.
Give Elliot a call at 612-326-0430, 612-326-0430. He'll be happy to help you in any way that he can. Rack Shack Barbecue is America's food, and it's the right thing to do. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk, and the website is realestatechalktalk.com. Go there and get your search tools, vendor contact information, help you fix up your home and get it ready for sale. Call us directly at 612-627-8000. That's the number to call if you need help. Remember, we can't help you if you don't call, so call 612-627-8000 and call today. Keith Reno, who's on the show?
Today we have Charlie Britt in from the Grounds crew. TGCPropertyServices.com is their website. TGCPropertyServices.com. 952-292-3285. I have my glasses on. 3285. So that's TGC Property Services. So we're going to chat with them a little bit about fall prep, or fall cleanup really, and taking care of your yard, and then winter prep and some of the other services they offer through the winter to stay busy, I suppose, because we'll be covered up with snow here sooner than we like to be. And then first segment, I hope we can talk a little bit about, been talking with some investor clients, folks that own duplexes, fourplexes, and then some property flippers over the last week, and what that market has been kind of like as we have a change in market. Mm-hmm. So we'll chat about that in the first segment. Calvin, how about you, sir?
I'm going to be talking about our Amex Safe Mortgage that we rolled out this past month. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the cost of renting versus buying, and then the rate environment through the end of the year. So those are things we're going to touch on in the fourth segment. So back to your previous comment, what is going on with the investor market right now?
Yeah,
is it a good time, bad time?
Yeah, I'll start off with a question that I received from a seller client of mine this past week, and that was regarding a duplex sale. And so he was considering, or is considering, selling his duplex, and his question was, is it better to sell the duplex in the spring, or can he sell it over the winter? So we had a conversation surrounding that, and really bottom line is, if you are an investor in real estate and you want to buy a duplex or a property to flip or a property to hold, the winter can be, or is still, the same type of market that you want to buy in, whether it's spring, winter, summer, or fall. You're just looking for something that's going to work financially for you. So you're going to be shopping around throughout the entire year. Now, what you find in the winter, if you're looking for a single-family home, is going to be something that is priced a little bit more crisp to sell sooner than later. But if it's a duplex-type property, that market is still going to be there for you, whether you're selling the property or looking to buy. Inventory does drop off in the winter.
On investment properties as well?
Yeah.
Or just everything in general?
In general. So, for instance, let's say you have a duplex and it's December.
Right.
It's fully rented, and you want to sell that duplex. Mm-hmm. If we market that property to other investor-type buyers, which is the type of buyer for that property, the market really shouldn't be any different for us to market and sell that property, because that buyer is not your everyday average home buyer.
They're not moving kids to a different school district.
No, they're a buyer looking for an investment. And if that investment is fully operational and functional and it's cash flowing and making money, what's the difference if we buy it in December when it's fully leased out, or buy it in May?
What would be the motivation of a seller to do that if it were leased out? And
if they're selling?
Yeah, just
life circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you get to a point in life, let's say you're senior's age, right? It's getting up there. It's getting up there, right?
Yeah.
Well, at some point,
crusty.
he's either going to, he's going to will that property to somebody, or maybe he's going to do a 1031 exchange, which is something that we're considering with this particular instance, right? You know what a 1031 exchange is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have to, when you're going to do a 1031 exchange, you're going to sell that property. You have to identify the next property, and then you can exchange that those dollars that were invested in the first property, move it directly into the second property with no tax consequence at all.
So I don't want to offend my seller there saying that he's old or anything, but there are certain times in life where there are differences that there are different things you want to do, whether
Right.
that is taking the money here, maybe you're moving to another state,
Yep.
maybe you're just deciding, hey, I bought this thing at low levels. Now it's time to cash in on the appreciation, and we have investor clients that are out there looking for these types of properties right now. So there's some hot areas of town, certainly, where these investments are working out pretty well. Anybody else have anything to add to the conversation?
No, you did
'Cause
good.
I'm just talking for 4 minutes
You did really
here.
good there,
Good job.
and we appreciate that, Keith,
Okay.
very much. There are some opportunities for, just speaking of people who are empty nesters and liquidating assets and those types of things. Contract for deed comes to mind. You see a lot of that with investment properties, especially when you get more towards the commercial side of things, where you're selling, maybe a small building or a fourplex or eightplex, something like that, where the seller doesn't necessarily want to. They're liquidating, right? Because they're trying to clean up their assets, clean up their estate and whatnot. So they're trying to liquidate some of these assets, but they don't want all that cash and all that profit to be recognized in a given year. A contract for deed is a great opportunity for them to defer some of that. And this isn't a tax show, but it's just a good opportunity for them to defer some of that income and push it off and spread it over a number of years.
The other thing that comes to mind is we've got a past client who owns investment properties who's refinancing and putting them on a shorter term. So they went from a 30 to a 15. They've got good cash flow because the rental market's really strong, right?
Right.
So he's got good rent. So he could shorten his terms. He's cash flowing a little bit less, but he's paying that. He's on a 30-year right now, and he paid on it for 2 years, so he's got 28 years left. So he put that all the way down to a 15-year
Yeah,
now.
that's awesome.
And now his cash flow reduced a little bit by about under $100 change in his cash flow because of what the rent was. But boy, we looked at the interest savings. What a great move!
Yeah,
and
I have
now,
a-
15 years, he's out of that deal. Now it's just a retirement piece.
Yeah, and we can always remember to call Kelvin at 651-231-2500 to talk about the financing needs. I have a couple friends where when they buy their investment properties, they buy them on 20s.
Really?
Right now, especially because interest rates are so low, we know that the interest rate environment can't stay for this long, so they're just straight buying them on 20s. We're in our late 30s. Their plan is to have them paid off in that period of time, so it just makes financial sense to just up front know that we're going to be making those payments and get it paid off over the course of the next 20 years. What I've been noticing as I've been out shopping just with buyer clients is that certainly the flip type market where somebody could go in and buy a property for $169,000-$170,000 and sell it for $230,000 or $240,000. It's really challenging. There's not a lot of inventory out there. People don't buy at $170,000 anymore. Now they're buying at like $210,000, $220,000, and then they're making improvements to property and selling them at $250,000, $260,000, $270,000, or trying to. So what I've noticed because of that is that I've seen less care given, again now, less care given to the improvements being made on properties. So you can tell that people are trying to pinch on the budget as opposed to getting such a great deal on something and being able to turn that around and make a large profit. It's more of a buy and hold type market right now with less inventory being available, with the foreclosure and short sale activity being so low. There's not a lot out there really to choose from to the deals. Where are the deals? Our market has improved so much that they're just not around as much as they used to. But interest rates are extremely low, so if you can get something that needs some work, minor type work or major, if you hold that property over a period of time, you get somebody else to pay for that home. With where the interest rates are, it's so inexpensive. You throw a little money at it and really invest into it by putting a 20 or 25% down, and then now get somebody else to pay the bill for the rest of the property. It's a great tool. Real estate is in this market right now to plan for college savings for your kids, all these things. So awesome opportunities out there still for that reason. Give us a call at 612-627-8000. Remember to always call Kelvin at 651-231-2500 for those financing needs. 20 seconds.
Yeah, real quick. Do you have any properties right now that are good investment properties for people to be looking at that you guys might have in your pocket?
Yeah, actually, I've just this past week, as I went out looking around town, previewed a couple of foreclosure properties. There's 2 HUD properties that are on the market that I just recently walked through that need a lot of work. So if you are an investor and you're looking at putting some money in, I took a picture of something here. I actually saw mold on the walls in the basement. Now, again, again. We used to see this problem with like cheetah type mold. I have a couple properties like that I just looked at, and you could turn them and burn them, but you got to put a lot of money into these things, so you got to be a true hard investor to do it. Give us a call, 612-627-8000 if you're looking to invest in real estate, buy and hold, buy and sell. 612-627-8000. Senior's getting a call right now, 612-627-8000. We'll be right back.